Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special show today on CxO Global TV. CxO Global Forum is a knowledge sharing platform for all C levels across the globe. We take massive pride in contributing to the knowledge economy with our League of Extraordinary Thought Leaders. They're not only the domain experts, but those individuals who have made a considerable amount of difference in policy and recommendations in the fields that they're working in. Today, as well, it is an esteemed panel that has joined us. But before I go ahead and introduce them, let me wish you all a very happy Women's Day. It is said that women make up more than half the contributing force behind any economy, especially for developing countries like Pakistan. And we really appreciate all our female members and all those women that are working in tech, entrepreneurship, skills, fashion, lifestyle, any fields, and are contributing in their own way, making their own mark in Pakistan and the world at large. We had a brilliant show earlier with some spectacular guests like my friends Huda Gharib and Nilofer Gardezi. Manoor Nadeem was there as well. So if you haven't watched that session, if you missed that Power Pack session, do revert back and watch it later on. It's available on our YouTube. And this channel as well, even though this show as well, even though we're streaming it live right now, will be posted later on for you all to go watch on our YouTube channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're living in the post-Chat GPT-3 era. A lot has happened since the advent of COVID. We've seen a lot of changes, fast track in digital transformation, and the culture at work has changed. The way businesses operate have changed. So, in this day and age, we wanted to conduct a show on leveraging digital marketing and technology and how business processes can be made more effective, more profitable, and overall, what the impact is going to be. So, joining me today is a very esteemed panel. We've got Mr. Omer Khokhar. He's the head of business development and PR at Aussie Group. Then we've got Mohammed Hussain, who's the founder and CEO of Boundless Technologies, and Mr. Tamjid Aijazi. He's the president at Bella Corp. So all three very accomplished gentlemen. And I'm going to start by asking Mr. Omer Khokhar the first question. So, what are the latest trends in digital marketing that businesses should be aware of? Because gone are the days when businesses had to spend a hefty amount on these newspaper ads and branding on billboards, etc. So now it's all like go big, go digital. Mr. Omer, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Ji. I would like to start off by briefly explaining what OZ does. We develop mobile apps and games. We develop mobile content, and through that mobile content, we market that content to global users. And by the utilization of that content, we gain our ad revenue. So we are responsible of bringing in more than $25 million a year to Pakistan in this ad revenue. The whole industry brings in a lot more through this. So it's all a marketing effort that we do here. It's all a marketing run business that is done. One thing that I always say before starting off anything in marketing is that the days when we used to say that this world runs on oil are now gone. This world runs on advertisements. Advertisements are the key fuel that powers up the retail industry, that powers up the supply chain industry, that powers up the production of stuff. And that is what drives all the users and all the economic activity in the world. When we talk about the digital trends and the current digital trends, we are the days of print ads and TV ads are long gone. The days of Facebook advertisement and Google advertisement is now moving towards TikTok, and it's now moving towards video-based ads, and it's now moving towards influencer-based marketing. So trends are changing each and every day. As this world starts off becoming a more connected global village and people are connected even further, what we'll see now is that every strategy that has a unique selling point to it, that has something new in it, will always prevail. That those can be trends that are on TikTok, those can be Snapchat advertisements, those can be targeted Twitter tweets and handles and replies to that. Again, the main idea whenever we talk about the latest trend after all these platforms which are available now, the main thing that one should look after is the identification of the target market. If your target market is on TikTok, you need to go on TikTok. If your target market is on Insta, you need to go on Insta. All these platforms are developed now. So the trend is always that on which platform the target audience is spending their time right now. So whichever platform that is, we need to start off from there and from there develop a strategy that engages our audience, which is relevant to us.
Very
So in a
relevant
nutshell,
points
I think
made,
that's it.
sir. Very relevant points indeed. My next question is going to be for Mr. Tamjid Aijazi. So, how can businesses use social media platforms to effectively reach their target audience? Building off of what Mr. Omer spoke about. So, that relevant target audience, and what are the relevant tools? I'm unable to hear you, sir. I think you should directly speak into the mic. Still unable to hear you. Hussain Bhai, I'm going to ask you that same question. If you could please,
Tamjid is
enlighten
on
us.
mute. I think he should unmute him.
Yeah. I'll come back to you, Mr. Tamjid. Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Mohammed
can you hear
Hussain.
me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I was trying to say is that, see, the companies that are investing in digital marketing, they first need to identify what really they need from digital marketing. So I have seen people do a lot of indirect marketing through digital media, but never turns out to be in opportunities that convert to contracts or agreements or sales for them. So depending on what like your long term goal is, you have to plan that, and there are certain tools that are available now that utilize artificial intelligence and a lot more sophisticated tools that can actually get you leads and get you contracts and business. As well as there is an aspect of indirect marketing, which I would say is the organic marketing that most of the companies are focusing on these days, like through Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on. But to measure that how much business are we getting through that, that's a very difficult and challenging task. I have worked with certain companies that have started using the AI based digital marketing tools, and the results have been phenomenal. So, people who are actually searching for solutions to certain problems, you can identify them, you can target them, you can reach out to them. And when somebody has a problem and you directly market your company or product to them, that is the highest conversion rate, or that is probably the point that you would like to introduce yourself. So there are multiple, I would say, different dynamics depending on the size of the company, what you are trying to achieve, and what sort of tools you are using. So it really depends on a lot of factors. But yes, you are right, and Omar is also right that digital marketing is the new, you can say, oil, and a lot of companies who have not invested in digital marketing, they are struggling to keep up with the business growth, and they're struggling to keep up with getting new business from across the globe.
Absolutely makes sense, and it's interesting that you mentioned conversion rate optimization because reverting back to leads, a lot of businesses these days do complain that they are investing in digital marketing heavily. They're running ad campaigns, but for some reason those leads are not getting matured. Further building up on it, we've got tools like Apollo to generate certain leads and contacts. For which you can reach out to. However, Mr. Mohammed Hussain, I'd like to ask you, do you think that there is a particular way in which this can be improved?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
बहुत
salam.
शुक्रिया हमजा आपका. Thank you very much. Basically, the most important part you have to understand what is the digital marketing. In the start, I'm trying to explain the people the digital and the marketing is split into two parts. The marketing part is separate and the digital part is separate. A lot of the people are think that digital marketing is create the marketing strategy as well. The digital marketing, a person, a agency, the marketing plan execute properly, that's called a digital marketing. Normally when we hire some agency, some person or some a boy on our office or agency, and we are expecting he is the marketing guy, he is the marketing guru. He is not a marketing guru, he is a digital marketing guru. That means if you have a very good strategy in the marketing, then you have a very good person who execute properly on the digital side. This is the digital marketing. This is the misconception right now in the market. People are just hiring a digital agency and accepting they are creating a strategy for us, they are creating a persona, they are creating
Yeah.
everything. But now the problem, the main problem is that the man or the pupil or agency is not understand the marketing, then is not execution of the proper digital marketing, right?
Absolutely, that makes sense, sir. And it's interesting you brought that up because we've seen that even in order to create the buyer's persona, you first
Mhm.
need to understand the product or services. And
Yes.
what a lot of the agencies are doing wrong is that, yes, they have their content writers, they have their SEO specialists, they've got, a PPC and ad campaign manager. But if they're not investing in understanding the business, how are they going to target the
Mhm.
relevant audience? That has been one of my biggest pain points. And Mr. Omer, I'm going to ask you that question.
After working with a lot of companies throughout the years, what I've learned is that when the owner of the company, the designer of the product, or the one who has started the business, if he understands digital marketing, or if he understands the business and does not rely on the agency for understanding his business for him, results are always amazing. Where we lack is again the point that if the owner or if the product designer looks for a lead, he will always close the lead. He will look for the right lead and he will close the right lead. When it comes, very rightly said by Mr. Hussain, we lose track on digital and marketing. That is, these two words make us, when it comes to digital, आमतौर पे what we say, जो हमारे the people who are running legacy businesses, they say that it's digital, it's computer based, it's something which is going to be online. I don't need to get into that. I would stay on the production side of things. I would stay on the supply chain side of things. I don't need to get into this. Otherwise, when it was a text-based ad, when it was a print ad, when it was a TV ad, all these people were very much interested in seeing how the thing is developed and what the message is coming across. Uh, it is the same thing. If there is the understanding that is between the agency and the product owner, then digital marketing always works. It is always when we try and get that shortcut, when we try and hire a digital agency and we try and get the agency to do what we are supposed to do, that is where the fault lies. That is where we lose. And when on the leads front, I would like to comment just one more thing,
Hmm.
that generating leads through digital marketing is the only way now. This is the only way that businesses can survive and thrive. Those days of spreading pamphlets are over. The sort of targeting that these platforms are giving us right now is that I can target my next door neighbor as well. And I can
Yeah.
target people in Swabi. So it is
Yeah.
high time that all the business owners understand the process and the platform that digital marketing offers, and then help these agencies and the people that they have hired in communicating the right message to their audiences.
Absolutely, you're right. Mr. Mohammed Hussain, these are very pertinent points, but in theory, it all sounds very relevant. However, when we talk about digital marketing, one of the biggest concerns that I've heard from legacy businesses who are running, like, let's say, textile mills or making fiber optics or putting cell phone towers, they often say that, look, our dealing is not towards the end consumer who's sitting in Swabi in a house or in Balochistan in a village. But we're dealing with businesses, B2B. So for us, it's either based off of relationship, where we get our clientele, or of long-term government contracts and tenders, etc. How important is it for these businesses to also invest in digital marketing?
Basically, we have to understand again the marketing and the digital marketing. If you have a very clear vision of your marketing, like the people don't have the OKRs and objects and the key results, where we want to go, what is your object to get from the digital marketing. So if you have very clear vision, then you have a target audience and everything is very clear. Like I'm just saying, your digital marketing speak with the customers. Only the one post you just create and you start the speaking with the customer. Digitally speak with the customer. This is a very important. All the industry must use the digital marketing, not for the sale the product. Sometimes they are using for the branding, sometimes they are using from the HR solutions, Sometimes they are using for the contracts from the mergers from the different scenario they are using for the digital marketing. So all the companies must be present on the digital marketing. The digital marketing, it's a very big platform, not on the social media. Digital marketing had a different part. Social media marketing, it's a small part of the digital marketing, right?
Right.
This is the very big size of the digital marketing. So if you are go with the digital marketing, there all the element of the marketing covered in the digital marketing, right?
Right.
So all the companies must use the social media activities and the content marketing, YouTube marketing, SEO marketing, all the things that covered in the digital marketing, they have to use to promote as the company, as the HR, as the anything he want to promote. First, they have a clear vision what they want from the digital market.
Right. Thank you for enlightening us with those comments. Mr. Tamjid, sir, Mr. Mohammed Hussain pointed out a very famous buzzword these days, SEO. Now it's all about SEO, PPC, etc. So let's talk about SEO in particular, a very tricky area. Um, what exactly is search engine optimization, if you can tell us for the sake of the knowledge of our audience, and how can it be used to improve a business's online visibility?
See, search engine optimization as it stands today is basically if somebody is searching for a solution to a problem, your company or your solution should come up as the results in the first page or in the first few search results, so that uh, people tend to click on the first few results and do
Mhm.
their research for first few companies, and then they will either contact them through email, through digital channels, or call them and try and give like solve the problem through your company. So search engine optimization may be very relevant today, but how I see it that it may quickly become very irrelevant after chat gpt and other AI platforms that are penetrating the market. So what people really need is a solution to their problem, and we need to keep an eye on where they are going to find or search for a solution. Previously, it has been for the last few decades that they have been going to search engines like Google, Bing, and other places, Yahoo, and finding for solutions. But this trend could change very drastically or change very quickly in future.
Right.
Either way, what
I'm unable to hear you, sir. Right. Mr. Tamjid, hold that thought while we sort out the internet connection at your end. But moving on, Mr. Omer Khokhar, again, we did mention about SEO, right? Now let's talk a little bit about search engine optimization. I understand that post Chat GPT-3, the way we look at rankings and website rankings, click-through rates,
Anza, we lost you.
yeah, I said that will certainly be affected. But let's talk about PPC here for now. So paid promotions, right? So we talk about PPC, and not every business can afford it. But we've seen that those that have the luxury of affording, a PPC campaign have seen some massive results, and they've, seen some very
It's
mature leads converting. So let's talk a little bit about PPC.
it's mostly about not about affordability, but mostly about the requirement. Does the business actually require a PPC campaign? We had a couple of questions back. We had this discussion about the B2B thing, that where when the lead generation is not end user, it is B2B businesses, and how we can cope with that. So you see, whenever we try and do PPC campaigns for B2B, we don't succeed that much that quickly,
Yeah,
because the targeting is not right there. That is why in my designation you'll see it is PR and BD are written side by side, because you can't
yeah,
let go of PR when you have to go to a B2B thing. Comes to PPC, it's the raw material. PPC campaign or inorganic traffic or inorganic marketing that we do, it's just like a raw material. It's the fuel that we put in to function the
Pay per
machine that
click.
we have in the front.
Right.
Yeah, if I have a digital product, I have to spend some money in getting that product installed in the hands of the user.
Yeah.
Similarly, if I have any other product which I need to sell through e-commerce or through digital channels, I have to invest that amount of money so that that product can get into the hands of people and they can give me a feedback and they can move on with that. So PPC right now, with the advent of Facebook and Google, the sort of support that they are providing right now, Google has come up very big in Pakistan. They have met all of us who work with the digital in the digital space by creating digital products. They are leveraging their internal mechanisms now for us, the workings that we used to do globally, in which we used to go and find the lowest CPI countries and find the highest ECPM returns globally. Now they are providing that information to us through their own network. With this, now the industry is also maturing in a way that now we understand that which company needs a branding effect and which company needs a sales effect. And based on those desires, we plan out a campaign. Paid campaigns, those days are over when organic downloads and organic traffic used to come. Now, whatever you do, you will have to invest some amount of money so that you can move on and have your product in the cycle, which is the next cycle in which the users start reviewing your product and they start generating content for you. And from there, another part of digital marketing starts where you create that community around you in the digital space, and that community then markets your product for you.
Right. Makes sense. 100%. Now, Mr. Mohammed Hussain, let's move on to another very key component of digital marketing. Um, a lot of businesses still talk about email marketing. Let's run a bulk email campaign and let's do targeted ads. Do you think that, with the advent of Gen Z now playing a major part of the workforce, we've got young and mid-career professionals all over. I mean, if I'm getting a promotional email, I barely even open them and just put them in the archive folder. So do you think email marketing can still leverage you know productivity for businesses?
Yes, my answer is yes. The email marketing is still exists and still performing right now, but it's depend. It's a data. If you have your own data, basically the digital marketing have the three pillars, no? Paid,
Mhm.
earned, and own media, right? The own media
Mhm.
that's covered the customer you have. Sometime if you are selling a product, like if I'm selling a digital marketing services, they don't know I'm selling a software solutions or ERP. If I have a data and I'm launching a new product, the cheapest and the easiest way to inform the customer is the email marketing. But the email marketing structures and trends has been changed. Now you have create a proper email with the proper landing page, like
Yeah.
the the video inside the email, the proper image, the call to actions, the
Yeah.
simplicity email, the easy to convert the options, and the email live start from a subject line. If you create a good subject line of your email, then your mails are open and the further processes goes on. So email marketing is the most important, and right now the automation part in the digital marketing is using the top of the email. Like sometime you just sign
We've
up
got
on
our
the
MailChimps and our
yes, yes,
different.
yes.
Yeah.
You just go on the some website and just sign up a email contract. You just buy a product. You get
Yeah.
an email within a promotional email within 1 minute or 2 minutes. You just get
Exactly.
different offers. You just get different things. So email marketing is still exists, but depend on the email template or the landing page, sort of the email landing template. Its design is properly or not, and the subject lines and the client list, the email list is a very important. And the last option, which tool you use to sending the email. If you are using Outlook, or are you using some local
Basumo.
software, then your all the email goes to in the junk email, and
Yeah.
you don't have the knowledge of the blacklisted or junk keywords, then you're also landing on the junk keywords as well on the junk box. So you have to prepare. If you are a good digital marketing expert and you have a good marketing team, then you have all the preparation, then your all the email goes into the main mailbox, and the result is still 9 to 10%. We are getting leads and inquiries from the email till now.
Wow. Encouraging numbers indeed. Now,
Yeah.
Mr. Tamjid Aijazi, so let's move on a little and talk about the fact that how can businesses actually measure the success of their digital marketing campaigns? Should we look at the conversion rate optimization? Should we look at the ROIs? Should we look at the number of leads that have matured in a certain period of time? What are some of the key factors or data that companies should be measuring their success against?
See, while all the KPIs or factors that you mentioned, they do play a role in measuring the success of a digital marketing campaign, but mainly what matters to the business owners or the shareholders is how much revenue is generated or what is the return on investment in terms of dollar value and in terms of brand equity value. So basically, what we have been getting the feedback from management is that, okay, if this is, let's say we are spending $25,000 a month on a digital campaign, or that's our budget for the entire year with ups and downs. So what sort of revenue can we generate after spending that money? That is the main key factor. Everything else comes after that. That, okay, we might be getting a lot of visitors on our website, we might be getting a lot of leads through our landing pages, but did they eventually convert into actual business or actual revenue or not? That's the key factor. And what I would like to add here is that uh, the traditional way of digital marketing is needs some more maturity through artificial intelligence. And as Mr. Hussain and you mentioned that a lot of focus is still on email marketing, and some people move the emails to archive and they don't even look at it. Whereas some people are getting results from email marketing. But what really matters is, and what I've experienced is that if the person you are targeting, whether it is through email, through a Facebook ad, through a Google ad, if at that point in time that person has a particular problem that needs to be solved, and he sees that message in the email or a Facebook ad or a Google ad, he will contact you. If you are doing just routine email marketing based on your digital calendar, that may not really be very effective for the type of consumers that are maturing and the type of market that has matured enough. So that's where we need to evolve the digital marketing system. If we don't evolve it in the next few years, this will automatically die, and the KPIs and the ROIs will start going down. And we have seen business owners getting frustrated with the amount of spend that goes to digital marketing. And
Right.
after the first few months of heavy spending, they then start learning, okay, what works, what not works. And by that time, they have spent a lot of dollar amount. And sometimes people are not
Mhm.
happy with that. So, yeah.
Right, makes sense. Um, Now, sir, Mr. Omer, some very thought-provoking comments were shared with us by our esteemed panelists. Now, what are some of the common mistakes that businesses make when implementing a digital marketing strategy, and how can they be avoided?
The mistakes are the common mistakes that humans make. These are the same mistakes. These are the mistakes are that your neighbor buys a car, you want to buy a car. Your neighbor buys a washing machine, you want to buy a washing machine. That is the major mistake that we make. One oil company makes a oil ad with a cricketer. The other oil company also wants to make an ad with a cricketer. If you go about it this way, if you see your competitors doing something and you want to do the same thing, then you will not be able to succeed in this business.
Right, Mr. Omer, we can't hear you. I think we've lost you there for a few
What just
seconds.
happened? We lost everybody one by
Yeah.
one.
No, we
Am I
lost you.
back? Yeah.
You're back, sir.
Okay, good. So that is the main thing, that when we don't have a plan, when we do things just for doing them, that is the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake is hiring a digital agency without knowing what your needs are. I think Hussain would agree with me that there are multiple meetings in which agencies have to go to a customer, to a client, and he doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah.
And then the agency has to explain it to them that this is what you want, or this probably might be what you want. So every business owner and every company that needs to market any of its product, or needs to rely on branding to sell, needs to understand the process of digital marketing and need to understand that how the message is sent across. Once that is done, if that homework is done, the mistakes will not be made and the conversion that is expected will be there. So that is the main thing that businesses mistake, that they think that an agency will just come and they will just
Yeah, jadoo ki chhadi
wave
hogi
their
hai.
magic wand and
Yeah.
abracadabra, yeah, it will happen. But that doesn't happen. Even for a very small product, the owner of the product knows more about the product than all the agencies in the world. So his value needs to come into that marketing plan. So I think that's the biggest mistake that we make, and I think I explained that is
Yeah, pretty
the
well.
solution to
Thank
it
you
as well.
for sharing those valuable feedback with us. Mr. Hussain, now how can businesses use data analytics? Now we've been hearing that data is the new oil and gold. So how can businesses use data analytics to optimize their digital marketing efforts?
Basically, there are different tools in available in market. People are using to analyze the data. Normally, the people are using the Google Analytic, the Webmaster tool, the Pixel. These
Yeah.
all the all tools are the different scenarios and generate a different report. But I'm just share with you the some tools who help you to generate a centralized all the data come together, and you have a take easy to take the decisions on your strategy. Like the vbot.com, it's
Yeah.
a very AI based tool. They will help you to generate complete digital marketing report
Mhm.
with the Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, your website. In fact, they install the heat map. The heat map,
Yeah.
the
We've seen that with
heat,
Hotjar as well on
yes, exactly.
websites. Yeah.
Also, the create the heat map on the website. They also create the CRM on the website.
Yeah.
They also create the chat and also create the automation as well. The complete automation. Now the industry is almost changed. Now, like if you are viewing a website and you go on, you browse on the certain part of your website, the pop up coming to the offer, the chat coming to the
Yeah.
offer, the
Absolutely.
agent to the reflect. Now the user is spending a 1 minute on your website. Now you just sending us some offer on just sending a message to engage the customer. So the
Right.
analytic tools is a very important, and the as an agency or as a company owner must take a report on the weekly basis or fortnightly or monthly basis what we are target and what we are achieve. Only the target is right now in the marketing digital marketing sector in Pakistan especially. Only people need leads or new business. Only if you are called a Shah Rukh Khan and you got a hundred of thousand branding and you not get a single lead or business, कहेंगे यार business नहीं आया, मजा नहीं आया. So the important part, all the agencies and all the companies who hire our agency, they only ask, we are looking a new business, we are expanding a new product, and we are expanding a new cities. That's it. Right now we are a third world country and we are not in the scene of the branding a company. We are spend on the branding, the only the
Yeah.
big companies and they are spending on the branding side, but not now. The all the agencies, they are listening to me, they are only target a new business. If you are not posting on the social media for last 30 days but you get the 30 leads, he is close, your business will continue with the company, because they are
Absolutely.
only.
I understand.
So
Right.
the analytics is very important. Basically, when you start the digital marketing, search engine marketing, that's not created result on the first day and second day. It's take time. It's take time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The marketing is mature.
And we
Then you
run
get
A/B testing or
A/B
different
testing,
ads,
yes,
different. Yeah.
you'll be getting
Yeah.
a good results in 2 or 3 days. But analytics
Yeah.
is give you a result. Now you on the first month your website traffic is 100. Now we are improving is 300 and 400. Now your social media is the graph is going up, the page like and impressions and the different activities you just on the vboard, and the second tool is reporterei.com. These are the
Mm-hmm.
tools. Is very good and very comprehensive and it's centralized. All the social media is connected on your these tools, and you just relax and just sort of the complete analytic dashboard you have.
Right. Absolutely. So very thoroughly explained. Thank you for that. Um, Now, so, Mr. Omer, I wanted to ask you, what are some of the examples, because you've been involved in the business. What are some of the examples of successful digital marketing campaigns that businesses can learn from? Like, let's talk about a very successful digital marketing campaign.
The marketing campaigns have been successful throughout, starting from Ariel. Ariel was the biggest
The
marketing
digital
campaign.
marketing aspect of it, was it as
Moving
successful?
on, moving on from there, today we see that brands are Food Panda did very nicely when
Yeah.
it came. Food Panda had a very successful run. If you want to see the latest digital marketing campaign, the best can be Tim Hortons.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So they didn't even go
The
towards
way the way they
influence.
targeted,
Yeah.
the way they targeted their target audience, and the way they approached them was so amazing that the masses didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
But their target audience was targeted completely, and their message came across, and the lines were seen at the store. So when we talk about successful marketing, food businesses in Pakistan, we see 100 failures, but a couple of successful marketings are crazy amazing. And another example can be Johnny and Jugnu. If you remember
Yeah.
Johnny and Jugnu,
Yeah. In Lahore.
it
Yeah.
was a
It was.
restaurant in Lahore, and
Yeah,
what
in
they
Lahore.
did was they brought in that very street oriented and very low profile kind of a guy with a very
Yeah.
desi content initially,
Yeah.
and that desi content just
Went
clicked,
viral.
and it
Yeah.
moved on from there. It went viral. So when we talk about virality, the other day McDonald's did something. There was a shooting going on at McDonald's, and there was a celebrity who was fighting with the man on the counter,
Yeah.
and that video just went viral, and then he explained
Absolutely.
that it was a shooting going on, but that were views to McDonald's that went.
Yeah.
So the point is that the line has become very thin in the black hat and the white hat stuff that we do online. And remember one thing which is very important from the previous question as well: whatever gets measured gets achieved. So analytics
Mm.
are super important. If you can't measure it, you can't achieve it. Second thing, all kind of popularity is not good popularity. Bad
Yeah.
press is bad press.
Yeah. And
That
then
those
that
days are
needs management.
over.
Coming from a PR
Yes.
person, obviously,
Yeah.
that's,
That needs management.
yeah.
So we need five-star reviews. Marketing that is returning you two-star reviews and three-star reviews is bad marketing. You cannot go to that now.
But
You
sir,
need
in
those
the era,
five-star
I'm sorry,
reviews.
I'm going to be the devil's
Yeah,
advocate
sure.
here and cut you off. But this is a predicament that most consumers have these days. They say that we don't want to rely on anything that's out on the internet because all the paid reviews. If I just talk about my mother, for example, ordering makeup online, she'll say that the companies that have the biggest budgets, they get these paid reviews, paid influencers, and they're going to sing praises of the product, but in the end, when you order it, the quality is nothing compared to what we read in the reviews. What do you have to say about that?
I would love to answer this question. These kind of people who are talking this, they are not professional buyers. They are not trained and educated buyers.
They're
Whenever a
impulsive
buyer
buyers.
goes to a website,
Hmm.
whenever who anybody who knows how to use Daraz, or anybody who knows how to use AliExpress
Hmm.
knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Whenever I open AliExpress, I go, first of all, I set it to 5 stars, and I set it to delivery, my option, and the best possible result. Moving on from there, each entry that we see now, the companies which are going on a good trajectory like Daraz as well, they give you user generated images. Those
Right.
are the critical images that make the buying decision. I never believe on the picture that the product is displaying.
Hmm.
That picture is not the right picture. I will always scroll down and I will see that if anybody has bought it and has uploaded a picture from his home or his phone,
Yeah.
that is the criteria for me to buy. And that is the criteria for most people to buy. So that
Hmm.
is what I'm saying, that anything that is now very popular and has gone viral, might not bring in sales until people are saying that this is a value driven product and this should be bought. So it is very important to get those 5-star reviews. Those 5-star reviews are very important now.
Right. Mr. Mohammed Hussain, with how quickly digital marketing is changing and evolving, and with the advent of AI and machine learning tools, we've got ChatGPT 3 and then Microsoft and many others investing in similar technologies. How can businesses stay up to date with the latest developments in digital marketing?
Only basically this is the very difficult question. Basically, in right now we have to focus on the learning. We have to continue keep on the learning on the digital marketing, because digital marketing and the marketing, anything you have to learn the current platforms, and you have to take from the hire on the good consultant to up to date, right?
Mm-hmm.
To engage. Like, I'm just telling you the last question because I want to add something. What is the best strategy to improve the digital marketing? Important part, again, I'm say the digital and the marketing is a two different scenario, right? If you have a good marketing strategy, then the digital team properly execute. This is the very important. Like, sometime we are asking from the marketing person how much sales you get from this marketing strategy. Sales is not a from the
Yeah,
marketing.
marketing.
Sales is separate and the marketing is separate, and the digital marketing is also separate. Like,
Yeah.
so if we have a good strategy, digital marketing strategy, then we have a good digital marketing strategy. This is a win-win combination of the 360 of the digital marketing and the market, right? So right now the latest trends is available. Like, you have to go on the automation. You use tools. In Pakistan, people are not using the tools now. They are using they are trying to save the money and not using
And
the
make
paid tools.
in-house teams, in-house graphic designer bitha lo, kisi
Exactly. So you have
content.
to use the proper
Yeah.
tool. Like, a big company not use the MailChimp paid account. In fact, they are using the 2000 account and creating a
Yeah.
multiple account to sending the email. Because
Yeah.
if you are using the MailChimp professional account, then you got a very good options, and you get a good conversion as well. So
Yeah.
I'm just emphasizing to the companies to buy us some tools to invest in the different sector. I'm just adding one thing. The website is appsumo.com,
Yeah.
appsumo.com. This is the very, very good websites, and this is for the entrepreneurs and the digital assets. And
Yeah.
they have lifetime options available for digital assets. Like, if you are looking for the content writing tool, they are offering the lifetime tool in $60, $70. If you are looking image generation, the hundreds of tools available on the all over the world. So all you
Brilliant.
go on the appsumo.com and select from the small tools from the lifetime for the cost saving. But all the companies must use the tools. The tools tell you that the tools teach you how to use the latest trends of the digital marketing, and that you use for the marketing as well.
Right. Now, Mr. Omer Khokhar, since we've got very little time left, I have one more question to ask you, but if we can please keep this brief. What are some of the strategies for creating engaging content that resonates with the business's target audience?
Again, the target audience, it depends on the target audience. If you're trying to target generation, the latest
Z.
generations, the youngsters, you need to go to their platform, you need to talk their language. Relevance is key.
So
If
we make
you are
Instagram reels
relevant,
and talk about TikTok and whatnot.
they can, these days, it's a 30-second reel and it starts off and zarur dekhna.
Yeah.
So the point is that
Absolutely.
30 seconds is also a very long time now for people to have their attention. So if you are grabbing their attention in the first 5 seconds, then it works for you. If you're not grabbing their attention in the first 5 seconds, they won't work. So relevance is the key. In the first 5 seconds, the thing that we miss out on a lot is the sound. Sound is something that we haven't taken to yet. We always think about big visuals, graphics. We don't think about the sound. The main success factor behind TikTok was the sound that they had.
Yeah.
You listen to that 30-second sound first. The video comes later. So
Yes.
I think it's high time that content creators start focusing on sounds and also on more relevant content. You see, again, I'll come back to the point that I made earlier. We are neighboring, we look at our neighbors and then we do what we do.
Yeah.
This trend came in of adding rap songs into
Yeah.
marketing campaigns. You saw that, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody did that.
Yeah.
All telcos did that. That
All
telcos
the
did that
beverages
again.
did
They
it.
did it twice. Every beverage did it. So what happens is that the first one or the second one wins.
Yeah.
The first mover always
The
wins.
quickest.
And
They're
the
the
last
first
one
mover
and the
and
second
quickest.
last one and the third last one, they lose.
Yeah.
So it's better to get a unique idea and keep it relevant. That is my 2 cents on this.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing these very insightful comments with us. I think Mr. Tamjid had, some internet issues, but thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mr. Mohammed Hussain, and thank you, Mr. Omer
Thank
Khokhar.
you.
It's been an honor and a privilege speaking to both of you.
Yes.
And Mr. Tamjid, if you're still watching us, thank you for these insights. Please keep contributing to the global knowledge economy. And the audience, I'm going to address you today that whether you like it or not, digital marketing is the future, and the future is here and now. But as Mr. Mohammed Hussain said, do focus on the digital and marketing aspect separately. Both have to go hand in hand. And summing up what Mr. Omer Khokhar said, we need to be very focused on our content and the relevant audiences. So I wish you all the best, gentlemen, and for our audience that are watching, please keep us updated with your comments and feedback. We'll see you next time with another very interesting panel of guests.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.